What's up, everybody? This is Suleiman from SAZ, and this is the channel where we talk about the money in business and the business of money. Today, we'll be talking about 5 crazy business ideas that actually made millions. So stay tuned till the end because number 5, that's really a nice one. So we are looking at two things here. We are looking at the business idea, the first idea that comes to you, and that's what you think you should start your business with. And on the other side, we want to understand how do you execute this business idea. But at the end of the day, there are two conflicting things that happen here. Some people, and us being a consultancy agency, majority of the times people come and tell us that they are not sure if their business idea will make them money. And at times, some people come and say that maybe they are failing in the part of the execution, but the business idea itself is really solid. So at SAZ, what we believe is that the idea only accounts for about 5% of your business because that gives you a sense of direction where you should be heading. The other 95% is actually the execution. How do you execute this business idea? Well, in history, a lot of people have generated a lot of business ideas, but only those that have managed to execute them correctly are the ones that are successful, and those are the companies that we know that are successful. So for today, we'll be looking at 5 crazy business ideas that actually made millions, and you should stay tuned till number 5 because that one, I don't even know how it made it to become a $1 million business. So topping up our list of the top 5 crazy business ideas that made millions is Vitality Air. Now, Vitality Air is a Canadian company that sells bottled air. Yeah, you heard me right. So what this company is actually doing is actually taking bottles like this and then putting air, or maybe just opening it and letting the air go inside and then closing it. I don't know how they do it, but basically they're bottling air. And then once they've bottled this air, they sell it to people. And believe it or not, the Chinese actually are buying a lot of this bottled air, and people are just opening it and sniffing it. Now they've come up with even flavors for this air. And guess what? Each bottle sells for $20. And they've sold so much that they're now a $1 million company. The second $1 million company in our crazy list is actually the one that sold pet rocks. Now, this company was founded by somebody called Gary. And in 1975, he was chilling out with his boys in a bar and they were drinking. And his friends were complaining how they needed to be taking care of their pets. And when he dug in deeper, he found out that the pets were not actually for the friends, but rather for the children of the friends. And because the pets were for the friends, it's the adults who actually had to clean up after them. So they had to feed them, wash them, and the pets were pooping all over the place. So it was up to the adults to deal with the poop situation at the house. So Gary thought of an ingenious idea, and the idea was he would sell rocks painted with a smiley face and put into boxes, carton boxes with even air vents so that the pet rocks could breathe. Yeah, so it's crazy enough that we're even at this point. But what's even crazier is that December of 1975, Gary managed to sell 1 million of these pet rocks. And guess how much the price was for each rock? It was $4. So instantly, Gary became a millionaire. So from Gary in 1975, we jumped to 2016. And in 2016, what really happened? Well, there was the general elections in the United States. And if you could remember right, Trump was running against Hillary Clinton. Now, in 2016, Michael Knowles came up with an idea to sell blank novels. Now, what did he do? He came up with a novel, and the title of the novel was Reasons to Vote Democrat. Yeah, so this book was supposed to give a deeper understanding why you should be voting for Democrats, but the novel itself was actually blank, and it was just white pages, no print, no nothing. And he sold this book for $10 each copy. And believe it or not, he sold thousands upon thousands of this book. Even if you go to Amazon right now, it has over 3,000 reviews. The blank book we're talking about. So this was a crazy idea, but he executed it well and he made millions out of it. So number 4 on our list is actually people selling used underwears. Well, you heard me right. Used underwears. So there's actually a platform or a website that actually links up the sellers and the buyers, and it's called Panty Deals. And on this website, people can purchase used underwear. And when I say used underwear, you might be thinking like, no, second-hand clothes or something. No. Like used. Somebody wore it, didn't clean it, and he's selling it that way. Or she is selling it that way. And somebody is buying it, and for what purpose, you might be asking yourself? Well, to sniff it. So there is a market out there of sniffers, panty sniffers out there who would like to get a hold of the latest aromatic panty. So there is a market out there for panty sniffers, and you can tell by just the colors of my eyes that I've been laughing for the last like 15 minutes, but this is something that is real. And you want to know how big this market is? Well, if you go to Panty Deals, you'll understand that there are actually 1.5 million active buyers of used panties. And guess how much they're selling these panties? Well, I've seen panties go as high as $60 per panty, and there was even another one that was exclusive, which was $80 per used panty. Now, you do the math. As we go down this list, it keeps getting funnier and funnier and not even more realistic. Yeah? So, at number 5 of our crazy $1 million ideas is actually the fat jar. Now, reality star Stephanie Matto came up with this idea whereby she would fart in a jar like this, yeah, and then close it, then ship it to her customers who will then sniff her farts. Well, I don't know any crazier idea than this, but she managed to do this, and at one point she was selling up to $200,000 worth of farts. That's a lot of farts. And to keep up with the demand, she decided that she was going to be taking protein shakes and black bean soup. Oh. So that she could keep her business producing, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Now, because of that kind of diet, her system shut down. She had pains in her stomach and she couldn't function. She was taken to the ER, where the doctors actually diagnosed her with a severe case of gas. And in her own words, she said that her business model was not sustainable because it was harming her. And as if it's not crazy enough, she now partnered with a creative designer or a digital content designer. And now what they're doing, it's the same jars, but now they're painting them digitally and selling them as NFTs. And well, that's crazy enough, right? But when they're selling them as NFTs, the only payment they accept is 0.05 Ethereum, which is about $186 for a digital picture of a fat in a jar. Well, that's crazy. So, why am I sharing all these hilarious and stupid ideas that made millions? Because at SAZ, we believe that ideas are only about 5% of your business. The way you execute your business will determine if you become successful or not. For example, if we look back at Gary, 1975, selling those pet rocks, Gary had a background in marketing. So he knew how he could sell the rocks to parents, and he knew how he'll make a lot of money just selling rocks. Well, if you look at all these other business ideas, if you look deeper into them, you'll see that it's the execution part that is flawless and not the idea itself. As long as there is a viable market out there, you can sell anything. So this wraps up this video for now. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you are thinking of starting a business, here is a video that will let you know why you actually need to start your business. On this other side, there's a video that YouTube is recommending for you. And until the next time, build your future today and not farts.